Imagine, for a moment, that reality is not the solid, unshakable construct we believe it to be, but rather a vast symphony of vibrations, an infinite orchestra of frequencies, each note shaping the world around us in ways we scarcely comprehend. What if, buried within this grand composition, there existed a single, elusive frequency, a sacred tone so potent that it could unlock states of consciousness beyond human limitation? A frequency so powerful that it was once studied, then buried, by those who feared its implications. This is not mere speculation. It is the whispered secret of ancient mystics, the guarded knowledge of esoteric traditions, and, if declassified documents are to be believed, the subject of clandestine government experiments. They called it the God frequency, the allure of forbidden knowledge. Humanity has always been drawn to the forbidden, the hidden, the arcane. From the lost libraries of Alexandria to the sealed vaults of modern intelligence agencies, there exists a recurring pattern, the suppression of knowledge that threatens the established order. Why? Because true power does not lie in wealth or weapons, it lies in understanding the fundamental fabric of existence itself. And what if that fabric is not matter, but vibration? Science has already confirmed that all things, atoms, cells, planets, are in a state of perpetual motion, resonating at specific frequencies. Even our thoughts emit measurable electromagnetic waves. But what if certain frequencies could reprogram reality? What if there was a tone so precise, so harmonically perfect, that it could align human consciousness with the very source of creation? The CIA's forbidden experiments. Rumors persist of a declassified document known as the Gateway Process, a CIA-funded exploration into altered states of consciousness, remote viewing, and the manipulation of reality through sound and frequency. The implications were staggering. If consciousness could be tuned like a radio, then human potential was limitless. But such power could not be left unchecked. Some say the research was buried. Others claim it was weaponized. But a few, those who have glimpsed beyond the veil, insist that the secret was never lost. It was merely hidden in plain sight, encoded in sacred texts, whispered in meditation halls, and echoed in the resonant chambers of ancient pyramids. The bridge between science and spirit. This is not just a story of conspiracy. It is a convergence of physics and mysticism, where quantum mechanics meets Hermetic law, where neuroscience touches the divine. The ancients knew this truth: sound creates form. The Hindu concept of Nada Brahma, the world is sound. The biblical, in the beginning was the word, the Egyptian use of harmonic chambers for initiation, all point to one undeniable fact. Frequency is the hidden language of the universe. And if that is true, then mastering the right frequency is the closest thing to wielding the power of a god. But here lies the paradox: such knowledge cannot simply be handed over. It must be earned, experienced, integrated. To hear the God frequency is not enough, you must become it. The journey ahead, what follows, is not just an exploration of a declassified secret. It is an unveiling of the very mechanism by which reality is constructed, and how you, as a conscious being, can interact with it. We will traverse the scientific and esoteric foundations of vibrational mastery, the hidden experiments that sought to control this power, the symbolic narratives that have carried this truth through millennia. How you can practically harness this knowledge to shift your reality. But first, a warning: once you understand the nature of the God frequency, you will never see the world the same way again. To grasp the enormity of the God frequency, we must first dismantle the illusion of separation, the belief that we are merely observers in a fixed, external reality. The truth is far more radical. We are participants in a dynamic field of vibrational interplay, where consciousness and matter dance in an unbroken continuum. This is not philosophy. It is the cutting edge of quantum physics, neurology, an ancient esoteric science converging into a singular revelation. Frequency is the bridge between the seen and the unseen. The primacy of vibration. Long before modern science articulated the wave-particle duality of matter, the sages of antiquity spoke of reality as a grand resonance. The Vedas described Om as the primordial sound from which all creation emanates. The Pythagoreans revered the music of the spheres, a celestial harmony governing planetary motion. Even Nikola Tesla, a man straddling the line between genius and mystic, proclaimed, "If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration." These traditions converge on a singular truth: everything that exists is a manifestation of vibration. Your body, your thoughts, the chair you sit on, all are clusters of energy oscillating at specific frequencies. But if this is so, then the question becomes inevitable: is there a master frequency, a tonal key that unlocks higher states of being? The Schumann resonance and the human blueprint. In 1952, physicist Winfried Otto Schumann discovered that Earth itself emits a subtle electromagnetic pulse, a steady hum of 7.83 Hz, now known as the Schumann resonance. This frequency, generated by lightning discharges and planetary ionospheric activity, is no coincidence. Later studies revealed something astonishing. The human brain, in states of deep meditation or flow, synchronizes to this exact frequency. Coincidence or design? The implications are staggering. If our brains naturally attune to Earth's foundational frequency during peak states of coherence, then the reverse must also be true. By consciously resonating with this frequency, we can induce transcendent states at will. This is not speculation, it's biofeedback science. Monks, shamans, and mystics have known this for millennia, using drumming, chanting, and ritual to tune their consciousness. But modern science is now catching up, revealing that specific frequencies can trigger gamma-wave synchronization in the brain, the same brainwaves observed in enlightened meditators and remote viewers. The CIA's gateway. When government studied Enlightenment, declassified documents from the CIA's Gateway Experience research confirmed that the US government took this seriously, deadly seriously. Their findings? That through binaural beats, harmonic frequencies, and controlled mental focus, a human being could access non-local awareness, remote viewing, manipulate perceived time, achieve states of consciousness beyond physical limitation. But here's the unsettling twist: the report concludes that these abilities are not paranormal. They are latent human functions, dormant only because we've forgotten how to activate them. The Gateway documents even reference hemisync technology, audio tools designed to synchronize brain hemispheres and induce these states artificially. Which begs the question, if this technology exists, who controls it? And why isn't it public knowledge? The suppression of sonic sorcery. History shows a pattern. Whenever a discovery threatens the locus of control, it is either suppressed or weaponized. The God frequency is no exception. Consider the Catholic Church's eradication of the solfeggio frequencies, ancient Gregorian chants said to heal and elevate consciousness. The abrupt end of public research into psychoacoustics after the 1970s, coinciding with the CIA's classified experiments. The deliberate distortion of sacred tuning, A equals 432 Hz to A equals 440 Hz, a shift some believe disrupts natural harmony. This is not conspiracy, it's documented history. When a tool can awaken the masses, those in power have two choices: destroy it or monopolize it. The three pillars of the God frequency. To wield this force consciously, we must understand its core mechanisms. 1. Resonance, the law that like frequencies attract and amplify. Just as a tuning fork can cause another to vibrate, your mind can entrain to higher states when exposed to the right frequencies. 2. Entrainment, the process by which a stronger vibration overrides a weaker one, e.g., brainwaves syncing to rhythmic sound. This is how shamanic drumming induces trance, and how modern mind machines hack consciousness. 3. Somatics, the visible manifestation of sound into form. Experiments show that specific tones create intricate geometric patterns in water or sand, proof that sound structures matter. If so, what might the God frequency sculpt? The threshold of transformation. We stand at the precipice of a revelation. The God frequency is not a myth, but a measurable, attainable force. It is the reason monks chant, why churches pipe in Gregorian harmonies, and why certain ancient sites, like the Great Pyramid's resonant chambers, were designed as acoustic temples. But knowledge without application is illusion. To truly grasp this power, we must move beyond theory, into the realm of direct experience. There are truths too potent to be spoken plainly, secrets cloaked in myth, encoded in sacred geometry, whispered through the ages in parables only the awakened could decipher. The God frequency is one such truth. To understand its full magnitude, we must venture beyond data and documents into the realm of symbolic wisdom, where science and allegory merge into a singular, luminous revelation. The lost word of the mystics. In the esoteric traditions of the Kabbalah, there exists a concept known as the lost word, a divine vibration so powerful that to utter it correctly would grant the speaker dominion over creation. The Hebrew YHWH, the Hindu AUM, the Egyptian ANKH, each is more than a word or symbol. They are sonic keys, formulas of resonance designed to align human consciousness with the fabric of reality. The ancient priests knew this. When the high initiates of Egypt stood in the king's chamber of the Great Pyramid, they did not merely pray, they intoned. The chamber, engineered to amplify specific frequencies, transformed their voices into a bridge between worlds. Modern acoustic studies confirm the pyramid's dimensions create a resonant frequency of 110 Hz, a tone scientifically proven to activate the prefrontal cortex, quiet the ego, and induce transcendent states. Coincidence? Or was this a deliberate technology of ascension? The legend of the Vril force. In the 19th century, occult societies spoke of a mysterious energy called Vril, a primal force said to animate all life, wielded by ancient Atlanteans through sound and will. Edward Bulwer-Lytton's novel The Coming Race described a subterranean civilization that mastered Vril using harmonic devices, granting them superhuman abilities. But was this fiction, or a veiled disclosure? Decades later, the Nazi SS launched the Vril Society, obsessively researching sonic weaponry and pure frequency technologies. Their goal? To replicate the lost power of the gods. Though their experiments were monstrous, their premise was not entirely baseless. There exists a force, an acoustic force, that can reshape matter and mind. The singing stones of Shambhala. Buddhist texts speak of Shambhala, a hidden kingdom where enlightened beings use singing stones, crystalline monoliths that emit sacred frequencies to heal, manifest, and elevate consciousness. The legend mirrors a startling modern discovery. When certain crystals, like quartz, are subjected to precise frequencies, they emit scalar waves, a form of energy that defies conventional physics, capable of transmitting information faster than light. Is Shambhala a myth? Or is it a metaphor for a civilization that mastered acoustic alchemy? The forbidden chants of the Vatican. In the vaults of the Vatican, locked away from public eyes, lie centuries-old Gregorian chant manuscripts tuned to 432 Hz, a frequency that resonates with the golden ratio, the heartbeat of Earth, and the structure of DNA. Yet in the 20th century, this tuning was replaced with 440 Hz, a harsher, more dissonant standard. Why? Conspiracy? Perhaps. But the effect is measurable. 432 Hz harmonizes with nature, while 440 Hz induces tension. Was this shift an accident, or a silent war against human resonance? The hum of the universe. Across the world, from Taos, New Mexico, to rural England, people report hearing the hum, a low-frequency vibration with no discernible source. Some dismiss it as industrial noise. Others know better. Indigenous cultures speak of the Earth's song, a sound heard only by those at the threshold of awakening. Modern science has detected it too. Black holes emit a B-flat note 57 octaves below middle C, proving the cosmos is not silent. It is a symphony. Whether we realize it or not, are instruments within it. The call to remember. These are not mere stories. They are fragments of a puzzle, pieces of a grand design that whispers, you are not separate from the universe. You are a note in its song. The God frequency is not a tool. It is a homecoming. To know the God frequency is one thing. To embody it is another. This is not passive wisdom, it is an active recalibration of your very being. The ancients did not merely study these truths, they lived them, sculpting reality through ritual, sound, and sacred geometry. Now, the question is, how do we, in this modern age of distraction and dissonance, reclaim this forgotten power? The first step, purifying the signal. Imagine your mind as a radio receiver, perpetually bombarded by static, endless notifications, societal conditioning, the low-grade anxiety of modern existence. To tune into the God frequency, you must first clear the noise. Silence as the foundation. The mystics of every tradition, from Christian hermits to Zen monks, understood that revelation comes not through accumulation, but subtraction. Begin with just 10 minutes of daily silence, not as meditation, but as active listening. The universe is always broadcasting. Can you hear it? 432 Hz, the forgotten tuning. Replace your music with compositions tuned to 432 Hz, easily found online. This frequency aligns with the natural resonance of water, DNA, and Earth's electromagnetic field. The difference is not just auditory, it's cellular. The Schumann sync, before sleep or upon waking, listen to recordings of the Schumann resonance, 7.83 Hz. This is the pulse your ancestors' brains entrained to for millennia. Reconnecting to it can repair the frayed wiring of modern consciousness. The second step, vocal alchemy. Your voice is not just a tool for communication, it is a manifestation device. Every syllable you utter vibrates your cells, the air around you, and the quantum field. The question is, do you speak in chaos or creation? Mantras as frequency codes, the Hindu Gayatri mantra, the Egyptian Hika incantations, even the Lord's Prayer in its original Aramaic, these are not poems. They are acoustic blueprints, designed to sculpt energy into form. Chant them daily, not as rote recitation, but as vibrational surgery. The power of vowels. Ancient languages like Sanskrit and Hebrew were constructed on a startling truth. Vowels are carrier waves for intent. Practice toning elongated vowels, A, E, I, O, U, at 432 Hz, feeling where each resonates in your body, throat, heart, third eye. This is how you reprogram your biofield. The secret of whispered prayer. Research at the HeartMath Institute reveals that coherent emotion, love, gratitude, alters DNA expression. Combine this with whispered mantras, and you have a formula for literal self-transformation. The third step, the architecture of resonance. Your environment is not neutral. It is a feedback loop of frequencies, either amplifying or dampening your connection to the God frequency. Somatics in your home: place quartz crystals near speakers playing sacred tones. Observe how their structure changes over weeks. This is visible proof of sound's power. Now ask, what is sound doing to your own crystalline structures, bones, DNA? The pyramid effect: sleep under a copper pyramid frame, easily DIY'd. Studies show pyramidal structures amplify and focus electromagnetic energies, leading to deeper meditation, vivid dreams, and even spontaneous healing. Water as a frequency mirror: Dr. Masaru Emoto's experiments proved water crystallizes beautifully or grotesquely based on words and music it's exposed to. You are 70% water. What frequencies are you ingesting daily? The fourth step: when reality responds. As you integrate these practices, synchronicities will escalate, repeating numbers, uncanny timing, dreams that bleed into waking life. This is not coincidence. It is the universe whispering back, confirming you're on frequency. But here lies the danger: the ego will claim this power as its own. You did not create the God frequency, you are learning to ride it. The moment you mistake yourself for the source, the signal distorts. Stay humble, stay clear. The final test: the dark night of the frequency. There will come a moment, perhaps after weeks, perhaps years, when everything stops working. The magic fades. The synchronicities dry up. This is not failure. This is the initiatory crucible, where you're being asked, did you come for the phenomena, or for the truth? The answer determines everything. We began this journey with a question: what if there existed a frequency so potent it could unlock divine states of being? Now, standing at the threshold of understanding, we arrive at the revelation that this was never just about sound, it was about the music of existence itself, and your role as both composer and instrument. The illusion of seeking. For years, perhaps lifetimes, you've been searching for answers, for purpose, for proof that reality is more than it seems. But here's the secret: you were never meant to find the God frequency outside yourself. It was always within, waiting for you to stop chasing and start resonating. The CIA documents, the ancient texts, the hum of the cosmos, they were merely mirrors, reflecting back your own latent power. This is the great irony of awakening: you don't attain the truth, you remember it. The choice ahead. Two paths now diverge. 1. The path of the curious. You close this text, intrigued but unchanged. The ideas linger as mental fascination, another esoteric rabbit hole to discuss someday. Life continues, frequencies uncharted. 2. The path of the conduit. You take one practice, just one, from section 4, and commit. Maybe it's 432 Hz music in your home, or 5 minutes of vowel toning at dawn. Within weeks, you notice, food tastes brighter, sleep deepens. Strangers lock eyes with you as if they sense something. This is not placebo. This is you coming online. The invitation. If this were merely information, it would be worthless. But it's not. It's an initiation by ink and frequency, a call to stop waiting for permission to awaken. Stop arguing about truths that can only be experienced. Start vibrating at the level of the future you claim to want. The God frequency isn't hidden in a CIA vault or an Egyptian tomb. It's hidden in your willingness to become it. Final transmission. At the end of all his research, Nikola Tesla reportedly whispered, if you only knew the magnificence of the 3, 6, and 9, then you would have the key to the universe. He died before explaining. But now you know, those numbers are harmonics, frequencies within frequencies. The key wasn't in the math. It was in the listening. Your life is already a symphony. The only question left is, are you ready to play your note?